It is with deep sadness that we announce the passing of Joe Bugner, the Hungarian-born British-Australian heavyweight boxing legend and actor. Born on the 13th of March, 1950, in Zurich, Hungary, Bugner died in Brisbane, Australia, on the 1st of September, 2025, at the age of 75. For decades, Bugner's name carried weight in the boxing world. He was a fighter who shared the ring with some of the greatest champions in history, including Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. His death marks the end of a remarkable life story filled with triumphs, struggles, reinventions, and unforgettable moments. Early life family background. Joe Bugner's journey began on the 13th of March, 1950, in Zurich, a southeastern suburb of Szeged in southern Hungary. When he was just 6 years old, his family was forced to flee their homeland during the Hungarian uprising of 1956. They resettled in Britain as refugees, eventually finding stability in St. Ives, Huntingdonshire. As a young immigrant in England, Bugner quickly adapted. He excelled in sports, becoming the national junior discus champion in 1964. Known locally as the Fen Tiger, he showed promise as a natural athlete. By his teenage years, he discovered boxing, training in Bedford under Paul King. His strong frame, towering height of 6 feet 4 inches, and dedication made him a standout even in his early amateur years. Bugner's family life was marked by resilience, and this toughness would become a hallmark of his boxing style. His Hungarian roots, British upbringing, and eventual Australian identity all shaped the multicultural legacy he carried throughout his lifetime. Boxing career. Humble beginnings. Joe Bugner turned professional in December 1967 at just 17 years old. His debut fight ended in disappointment as he lost by technical knockout, but rather than being discouraged, the young Bugner used the setback as motivation. He bounced back and went on an incredible run of 18 consecutive victories within the next 2 years. During this time, Bugner began to earn a reputation as a cautious but clever fighter. He wasn't known for wild aggression, but rather for his durability, tactical defense, and strong jab. Unfortunately, tragedy struck early in his career when one of his opponents, Ulrich Regis, died from injuries sustained in their bout. Many observers believe that this incident deeply affected Bugner's mindset, making him more defensive and less willing to unleash his full punching power in later fights. Still, the young Hungarian-born fighter was determined to rise through the ranks, and by the start of the 1970s, he was already making headlines in British boxing. Rise to fame, 70s glory. 1971 was a turning point for Joe Bugner. He defeated Henry Cooper in a controversial 15-round decision, winning the British, Commonwealth, and European titles. While many fans felt Cooper deserved the win, the victory pushed Bugner into the spotlight. Soon after, he faced the very best Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. Against both champions, Bugner proved his toughness by lasting the full distance. Ali himself admitted Bugner had the skill and resilience of a world-class fighter. By the mid-70s, Bugner was ranked among the top heavyweights in the world, respected for his durability and clever style. Setbacks, comebacks, Australian rebirth. After briefly retiring in 1976, Bugner returned to reclaim his titles but struggled with consistency. In the 80s, he moved to Australia, rebranding himself as Aussie Joe and earning respect with wins over top fighters, though he lost a high-profile clash with Frank Bruno. Remarkably, Bugner kept coming back. In the 90s, inspired by George Foreman, he won the Australian heavyweight title and at 48, captured the World Boxing Federation Championship. His career ended in 1999 with a record of 69 wins, 13 losses, and 1 draw, proof of his incredible longevity. Acting career, media presence. Bugner wasn't just a fighter. He also made a name for himself in film and television. During the 1970s and 80s, he appeared in European films with Bud Spencer and Terence Hill. In 1994, he played a memorable role in the Hollywood action movie Street Fighter alongside Jean-Claude Van Damme and Raoul Julia. He also dabbled in British television, famously joining I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here in 2009. While he didn't win, his larger-than-life personality and sense of humor endeared him to viewers. Personal life, family. Joe Bugner married Marlene, with whom he tried to run a vineyard in Australia, though the venture collapsed in 1989, costing him millions. He later separated from his wife, but remained devoted to his children, James, Joe Jr., and Amy. His later years were spent in Brisbane, where he lived a quieter life, occasionally giving interviews and sharing memories of his boxing days. In 2013, he published his autobiography, Joe Bugner, My Story, which offered a candid look at his turbulent career and personal struggles. Lifestyle, net worth. Bugner's lifestyle was marked by ups and downs. While he earned millions in boxing purses and movie roles, poor financial management and failed business ventures caused serious setbacks. At one point, he even re-entered the ring in his late 40s, simply to resolve financial difficulties. By the time of his death in 2025, his net worth was estimated between $3 and $5 million US, a modest figure compared to today's boxing stars, but still a testament to his lasting presence in sports and entertainment. Interesting facts. Trivia. Joe Bugner was one of the very few fighters to face both Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier in their prime. He was fluent in Hungarian English and later adopted a proud Australian identity. Despite criticism for being defensive, he was stopped only 3 times in more than 3 decades of fighting. His hardest opponent, he once said, was Ron Lyle, while the hardest punch he ever felt came from Ernie Shavers. He openly clashed with actor Russell Crowe after being dropped as a boxing advisor on the movie Cinderella Man. Cause of death. Joe Bugner passed away peacefully in a care home in Brisbane, Australia. In his later years, he had long battled health complications, including a serious back injury sustained during his boxing days, which continued to affect his mobility and quality of life. While his passing was not unexpected, it still came as a somber moment for fans across the globe who admired him not only for his resilience inside the ring, but also for his colorful personality outside of it. Legacy, final tribute. Joe Bugner's life was defined by resilience. From a refugee child fleeing war-torn Hungary, to a world-ranked heavyweight in Britain, to an adopted sporting hero in Australia, his journey was nothing short of extraordinary. He may never have captured the undisputed heavyweight crown, but his durability, skill, and longevity made him one of the most respected heavyweights of his time. In death, as in life, he remains a figure of fascination, a fighter who refused to quit, an actor who entertained, and a man whose legacy spans 3 nations and more than 5 decades. Rest in peace, Joe Bugner the Fen Tiger, Aussie Joe, and a true warrior of the ring.